Harry? Harry, can you get that? Harry! Hello? Unai Emery? No, look, mate, Brad Darridge is not for sale. Yeah, look, sorry, mate, I gotta go. Hello? Manchester City? No, Haaland is not going anywhere, mate. Sorry, 1 second. Hello? Look, Emery, I just told you, mate, he's not going anywhere. No, Bowen isn't for sale either. Gotta go. Hello? Bayern Munich? No, look, Ruiz is not for sale. No, you cannot have him. 1 second, I've got to go. Hello? Manchester City, for the love of God, Haaland is not for sale. He's not going any... 90 million? Hey guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to Season 5, Episode 7 of the First Star Challenge with Leeds United, our bid to win the Champions League for the very first time with the club. And today we are playing Burnley in the league and then Chelsea, a big game in the Premier League. So we do put Europe to one side. Now we are currently in January 13th. We're dead smack in the middle of the January transfer window. And as you've just seen, we have had lots and lots of bids coming in for our players. £90 million for Erling Haaland, though, was the big one. We've actually had to make him a promise here that we're going to challenge for the Premier League title this season. Not win it, just challenge for it. And I don't know what exactly that means. We have to be within so many points of the winners at the end of the year for him to consider us challenging. If we just need to finish, say, in the top three or finish first or second. I'm not really sure exactly what that means, but we will be challenging. So I'm hoping that'll be enough to keep him happy. Yeah, and we'll just kind of go from there. But other bids that are coming in, you can see one just here. Napoli has come in for Abel Ruiz. Also in for Abel Ruiz has been Bayern Munich and Dortmund. But Bayern Munich went as high as 57 million or 56 million for him. The main reason we had not selling him is that to replace him with somebody at roughly this ability, we're going to spend just as much. So sort of, better the devil you know kind of thing. And Ruiz has been a good player for us, so I don't really want to sell him. If we look at finances, we don't actually need the money. We've got a good transfer budget. We've got a good balance. So really, there's no need to sell. So unless I have a replacement kind of lined up, which I don't. I've been looking around for these players that are, 57 million is a lot of money for Abel Ruiz, but yeah, there's just nothing there. The one thing I did make a mistake is that I have promised to loan him out without properly reading the talk thing we were having. Because he wanted more first team football. He wanted to go out on loan for football. So I'm hoping that we'll get around that okay. Other bids that are coming in though, Arsenal. Arsenal were interested in Brad Darridge for 36 million, and also for Jared Bowen for 47.5 million. That's as high as they've gone for him, and they're still interested in him. Again, we're going to do our best to resist. I would have been willing to sell Brad Darridge, but there's no one I can get in to replace him. There's a young English left back at Everton, but I wonder if I can find him here. But unfortunately, they want 153. It's the sort of thing where they're basically saying we're not going to sell him to you. Is this him here? Yeah, this Everton kid. So he looks decent. He's 18, looks like a very good player, but then there's no interest in selling him. So we don't really have. So we can't sell Brad Darridge unless we know we can get somebody in to replace him. Anyway, that's where we're at right now in the transfer window. We haven't signed anybody, as I said, unless somebody we have to, or somebody becomes available. I don't think we are going to sign too many players, if anybody. So that's kind of the situation we're in the transfer market. Now, there is some games to catch you up on since last episode. 4 of them, in fact. 2 in the league. First up, it was West Ham. We fell behind before the break from a corner, but we drew level early in the second half when Bavake was tackled and the ball fell for Leao to find the back of the net. Alina picked out Leao's run to give us a lead midway through the second half. And we secured the points when Bavake crossed for Abel Ruiz. So there we go. We were poor in the first half, to be fair. We went in at the break 1-0 down. Second half, though, we were quite magnificent. Leao with a double, Abel Ruiz with a goal as well. You can see there in the end, we did deserve to win, and we deserved to win comfortably. They scored with their only shot on target, which is always frustrating. But they were the better team first half. Let's make no mistakes about that. But as I said, second half, we were brilliant. The other game in the league to catch you up on is Crystal Palace. We got the only goal early when Calvin Phillips picked out Renier's run. This was one of those, it was a comfortable win, but so many missed chances. Back to our very, very worst finishing. Renier with the only goal early on, so that was good. You can see there by the player ratings and the match stats, we deserved to win the game, like I say, but poor finishing could have cost us on another day. So that's the 2 league games. There's 2 cup games to catch you up on now, both against Norwich. The first was the FA Cup third round. A single goal decided the tie. Abel Ruiz crossing for Valverde early in the second half. So there we go, into the hat for the 4th round. We have drawn away to my boys Aston Villa, so a tough one for me there personally, but we should be able to get past them. They're a championship club. But there we go. It was another game where we were the dominant team, but poor finishing cost us. Viveke had a good game. And again, you can see we deserved to win. It was just a little bit disappointing. It was not more comfortable than that. The other game to catch you up on is our Carabao Cup semi-final first leg. How have we set ourselves up for the second? We take a narrow lead back to Ellen Road, thanks to Max Dean. So there we go. We struggled in this one. I'll be honest with you. We did struggle in this one, but we do take a 1-0 lead back to Ellen Road. I'd like to think we can hang on to that and get ourselves back to Wembley. Again, you can just see it. We just struggled. David Baker, it's David, right? Who's been so good for us. Only played a 6-1. Alina was poor, or poor by his standards. It was only that Max Dean goal that got us across the line. So you can see there, we were lucky in this one. This could easily have been a draw. It could easily have been a loss. Delafeu was quite good as well, as you can see on their side of things. But that is how the sort of in-between episodes went. We do have an annoying call-up, international call-up. Renier is being called up to the Brazilian under-23s. He's pretty much going to be missing from the Chelsea game onwards to probably somewhere down here around these cup games. So that is, needless to say, extremely, extremely frustrating. But the league situation looks okay for us. We're 2 points ahead of Liverpool and Manchester United. We have a game in hand on Manchester United, which is essentially this Burnley game we're about to play. And then Chelsea, we can see just sitting back there. The really good thing, though, if we look, we're on 49 points. It is a mammoth gap back to 5th place. So worst case scenario this season, we should be in the Champions League or back in the Champions League for next season. So that's a good thing. That goes without saying. The big question now is, can we challenge for this league? This game against Chelsea second up is going to be huge. If we can beat them, that would put that gap out to, 11 points. You would hope we would be able to see them off and it would just become a 3-horse race for the title then. But let's have a look at what we're up against here in Burnley. We've got to go to Burnley first and get something. And this is it. We are the favourites this one, as you would imagine. An okay record against Burnley, but not outstanding. We've won 4, drawn 2, and lost 1. So, not only just over one, just over half of them. Graham Potter is their manager these days. In game, we can see there he's a good manager, isn't he? Underrated, I suspect. An attacking standard playing style. Analysis report here, if we go back to the lineup, this is how we're expecting them to play. Positional heat map there, we can see a little bit narrow perhaps. They do like to attack down this right-hand side, which I'm assuming will be our left. We can see there their passing networks. Keeper likes to be involved. We'll try and prevent that. And their key passes tend to be sort of closer to goal. So we're going to play with a high line, try and prevent them from sort of setting up camp in our half and win the ball back a little bit early. This is a team that we're sending out. We do obviously have an eye on the Chelsea game being the bigger game, but we don't want him in goal though. We do still have a strong team out there though. So it's Onana in goal. It's Sagre, Suter, Dean and Wan-Bissaka as the back four. But Kalman and Bogac go in midfield. It's Under, Renier, his last game before going off for Brazil duty, and Ruiz on the left. It's Edmondson up top. Let's go. And here we go. Everybody is playing as expected, matching up. Is that Ryan Christie? Yeah, I'm assuming they got him from Celtic. All right, what do you want to say here? Go out there and prove a point today. I would say we've been on a good run. Go out there and impress me, I think. There's no need to sort of change too much from that. Goals have dried up a little bit lately, though that is, as I said, mostly down to just poor finishing. So, hopefully we'll see a better display on that front here. Erling Haaland has kind of gone back into his shell. I don't know if the Manchester City rumours or bids are putting him off a little bit, but it's not ideal, but we should still, we're still a good team, obviously. You do go through these patches in a season where maybe the goals do just dry up a little bit. Here we go with Zagreb. Goes back there for Suter, for Zagreb. We are still trying to give Suter and Brad Darich as much playing time as possible to keep them happy. Brad Darich was still annoyed. Here we go, a chance here for Abel Ruiz. Cuts in. He goes past 2 or 3 men. Oh, and a save. Just nicks it past the post, but a good initial run there from Abel Ruiz. And can we do something from the corner here? Back post, headed away. Esposito brings it forward. Are we going to get caught in the break here? We've got sort of a 3-on-2. We're getting back now. Renier. Amazing stuff, mate. Excellent tracking back. And won the ball expertly there as well. Looks like a defensive midfielder with those sorts of skills, doesn't he? Boys, why are we getting apprehensive and nervous again? Calm down, please, boys. Come on. Work to do now, defending a corner. Get this away. Oh, it is in at the second attempt. Ben Gibson. Formerly of, was he at Leeds at one point? I can't remember if Ben Gibson was at Leeds at one point or not. He was definitely at Middlesbrough though, wasn't he? Let's give it a show some passion here. And again, nervous and apprehensive. Was it off the line or was it a save? I think it may have been off the line by Wan-Bissaka. And the second ball ends up in the back of our net. And that is not the start we were looking for. Come on here, boys. Come on. Let's give it a concentrate. I don't understand why we're looking nervous and apprehensive all of a sudden. I'm going to have to change my team talks to just go out there and relax, I think. Wan-Bissaka's only playing a 6-2, so he's obviously been given the blame for that first goal. I don't know what more he could have done differently, to be honest. I mean, he's on the line. He's kept, hacked it clear. That's a better block. A second attempt, Onana's there. Are we getting stuck in? No, we're not. So let's go and do that. Just before the break, if this is going to continue this highlight, I'd love to go at the other end. Max Dean with the ball. Back for Onana, for Bogac. Bogac goes forward for Renia. Let's see if he can make a nice little departing gift here for us. Renia goes himself and smashes it high and wide. And that should probably get us to the break, I would imagine. So close. And there we go. We're not doing too badly. Look at that. So I'm going to say unlucky. See if we can get a little bit of confidence back. And get out there and demand a little bit more. And so there we go. So that's focus them. Suto over a free kick. If we can get back on level terms nice and early in this half, it would certainly make me feel a lot more comfortable. Bogac and McCalmont's exchanging passes. Ball over the top. Edmondson's there. Can't win the ball though. And what's happening here? We go there. Wan-Bissaka gets back. Headed on there by Renia. But it's picked up again by Burnley. And we're not holding possession here whatsoever, are we? Let's take it off, exploit the flanks. See if that makes any difference. You do wonder or fear a little bit that there's a nice ball through. We should get Suter on the cover. Does get there. Nice ball clear for Abel Ruiz. Keeps it in. Can we get them on the break here? We've got Edmondson up there with him. He slits him in. There we go. Edmondson! Could he have done a little bit better with that chance, perhaps? There wasn't the best angle to work with. Under now to take the free kick, or the corner, I should say. Knocks it in, headed away comfortably. And there's something not quite right about the way we're sort of defending off our own attacking free kicks, if that makes sense. They seem to be breaking clear very, very comfortably there. I think that's because Under is taking corners, and usually the right winger would be on the edge of the area. So I wonder if we need to maybe make a change there. Maybe put who's the left winger? Maybe put Abel Ruiz on the edge of the area. There we go. We should get that. We do, but nothing becomes of it. We're not looking good here, are we? Oh, it's just over the bar. All right, so let's try and slow our tempo down, slow our roll, and see if that helps us in any way, shape, or form. We're still looking nervous and anxious and apprehensive. We'll tell them to show some passion. You just think maybe we do need a goal to get ourselves back into this. Under with the ball. Can he get a cross in? He goes back to Wan-Bissaka. There's a nice little move there for Bogac. Oh, it's off the inside of the post. And is it just not going to be our day? Come on, boys. Come on. All right, we're going to have to make changes here, aren't we? The problem, we don't really have anyone to play on the left. We could move Under over there, but he's not playing particularly well either. Let's try switching Ruiz and Under. Just see if changing them over makes any difference. Leao can come on for Edmondson, who's just not having a good day. Neither fullback is playing particularly well either. So that suggests that we're not doing something right, doesn't it? If neither of them are playing particularly... Why are we anxious, boys? What can we say? No pressure. Let's try that. This is kind of what we've seen lately, where this is... Yeah, I don't know what to do here. All right, here we go. Here we go with the highlight. It can only be the team talk, so I'm not sending them out in the right frame of mind. Here we go with Renia. Can he do something for us? Get us out of jail here. Renia, no. The next shout might need to be a concentrate, perhaps. Yeah, I feel like we're just trying to rescue a point right now. This is a game, I mean, away from home. Granted, here we go with Under. Can he pluck one from the top drawer? It's there for Abel Ruiz! Oh, Abel Ruiz! Time and time again, well, we don't look like scoring. It's him that pops up, and that is why he's not going to Bayern Munich, to be honest. We told him to concentrate, and that's all it took, apparently. Let's demand a bit more. Let's go and win this game now, boys. Good finish from Abel Ruiz as well, wasn't it? Just tucked it inside that near post. And with 5 minutes to go, we find ourselves back on level terms, and can we push for a win now? Doesn't look like we can, so we're going to have to suck it up and take a draw. Which is a frustrating result for us, needless to say. But, what do we say? It wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. So there we go. We rescue a late draw when it didn't look like we were going to score all game. Abel Ruiz, as ever, is just absolutely brilliant. When we need him most, he just keeps popping up, doesn't he? Rogers is looking at Abel Ruiz. As I keep saying, he's not going anywhere. Guys, wait right there. We host Chelsea next. Let's hope we do much, much better than that. Okay, welcome back. Now let's put that disappointment behind us and get on with beating Chelsea. Now we have had one minor problem in between games there, and that is at Leao. You'll see here, we're starting to get problems now with players that want to start more games all the time, because I think what we have is a situation where we need a big squad full of good players to compete, but our club reputation isn't quite good enough to do that. Now he wants to be playing more games. I basically told him just to get on with it. He says he's a squad player. I don't understand why. I mean, I did change that, so maybe that's why. But yeah, if Leao's going to start and kick off, as good as he is, we're going to have to start making some tough decisions here about who we actually want to keep long-term as first choice and who we need to look to maybe sell on and get in as a replacement for. But we're up against Chelsea here now. We've had 2 wins, 2 draws, and 4 defeats against them. We did, of course, 5 second-half goals, beat them 5-1 at the first game of the season at their place. We're up still Onana Velveste coach team. We can see there he's decent enough. Adventurous standard playing style. Analysis report here, we can see this is how we're expecting them to come out and play against us. They do like to attack down the wings, as we can see there. We can see there their heat maps, their passing networks, and their key passes as well. A little bit more direct, perhaps. And this is a team that we're sending out. We're going back more or less full strength for this one. It's Onana in goal. Just want to make sure Rania did go off for yes on international duty. So it's Onana in goal. It's Brad Darich, Pongranich, Wood, and Coyle as a back four. Phillips and Mariba go in midfield. It's Bowen, it's Alina, and it's Valvake down the wings. Erling Haaland goes up top one day. It's such a stupid mental block I have. I just cannot stop calling him Alfie Haaland, and I don't understand why that is. Anyway, tell the team they expect to pick up and prove a point today. What do we say? Go out there, give the fans their money's worth. I'm tempted just to let Jardem do the team talk, to be honest. Prove a point. Let's ignore the media praise. Go out there, play your natural game. Some calm, we have faith, and see if that helps. And here we go. Here we go. I'm hoping that, with that team talk, we've seen nervous and apprehensive players. I'm hoping that will just take the edge off that a little bit for us. Because, I think that's basically the biggest obstacle we have right now, is just figuring out exactly how to get them playing naturally. Velvake, an early shot. But that one never really looked like finding the back of the net. At least we're still looking composed. If I give him a get creative, is that going to affect things? Not negatively, so that's something. It's been a very tight game so far. Looking motivated. This is good. We'll try another get creative. There we go. Now they're looking inspired. Now can we put that inspiration into a goal, please, boys? Hopefully a goal for us. Here we go. Looks like it's going to be a Chelsea throw. Norwich just taking the lead against Liverpool. That's very helpful for us, because we're now joint top of the table with them, having only got a point from the last game. Nana is there for that one. We're not exploiting the middle. If you remember the last game, we were exploiting the wings. We took it off of that, and then we absolutely ran riot second half. So we've not exploiting the wings to start this game and see if that makes any difference for us. Different game. It could just be, a different thing works, though. Coming into the break, that's not been a classic. If we're honest with ourselves, not even a half chance for either team. But a draw here maybe isn't the worst result for us. What do we say to that? It was disappointing. Alright, so let's just a calm, not what we were looking for there, boys. Let's get Coyle not getting himself sent off. We've got faith in Onana. And let's get out there. And let's think about what we can do to try and change things here a little bit. Let's try exploit the flanks. We'll sort of go through and see if that helps us in any way, shape or form. The attacking players aren't playing particularly well, but I suspect that could just be because, we're just not creating anything. The attacking players haven't had many chances. We certainly haven't seen highlights. Mariba, there's a nice little ball for Valvake. Valvake has a penalty. It's a Stonewall penalty. He's had his legs taken away. Gabriel Jesus doing his defensive duties. They probably wish he wasn't. And is it Haaland? It's a blondie. I think it's going to be Haaland because Bogac isn't on the field. It's Erling Haaland. Come on, Erling. Erling! Oh, he sticks it away, and it's 1-0 to Leeds United on the hour mark. 15th goal of the season for Erling. And there we go. Excellent, excellent stuff. Let's give them a concentrate if we can. I thought maybe the initial shot before the goal may have stood there, but we're able to give another one. Haaland gives us the lead, and if we can defend well now, we'll find ourselves with a massive, massive 3 points and sort of put that Burnley disappointment behind us. Come on, boys. Come on. It has been a cagey affair, hasn't it? Let's give it a demand more. Let's maybe go off of attacking. We do have the lead. We don't need to be silly here. we've definitely improved. Definitely, Leeds match ratings have improved since the goal. Let's not say anything. Let's start and close it down as well. And hopefully, as I said, not a classic. Not one for YouTube, perhaps, this one. But it would be a massive 3 points if we can get it. Let's tighten up. Come on, boys. Come on. See it out. See it out. See it out. See it out. We've done the double over Chelsea, boys. Done the double over Chelsea. Nowhere near as entertaining as the first time around. And goals are becoming a problem. We haven't scored more than one goal for a little. What's about 5 or so games in a row now. We haven't scored more than one goal. But that's a good win. Leeds United edge out close encounter. If we look here, Liverpool managed a 92nd minute equaliser, so that's annoying, but we can see the league table there. We'll go and have a look at the competition screen because it's a little bit easier to see. Or is it? Maybe it's not a little bit easier to see. Anyway, we can see there we are now, what's that, 6 points clear of Man United. We've got, they've got a game in hand, so we've got 16 points there. We are definitely going to be challenging for this league title. So a little bit disappointing there that we couldn't get the 3 points against Burnley, but otherwise, I'm going to say that's not too bad. So that's it for today, guys. If you have enjoyed that, 2 goals, not much. This is becoming a little bit of a problem, isn't it? We do need to start, in all seriousness, we need to start scoring more goals. I think what we'll do is we'll come back next time for the second leg against Norwich. Could be booking our tickets to Wembley next time, and that way, if we come back for Watford as well, we can round up the transfer window. Hopefully, we won't lose anybody. Let me know if you think if there's someone we should be selling, especially the fees that are being mentioned, or if we just kind of hang on. If there's somewhere we need to sign, looking at this, you'd say goal scorers, but do we sell Liao maybe and get in a younger, happier striker and maybe turn a profit there? That's maybe something we can consider. Anyway, guys, I've been Aussie, and thank you so much for watching. As I said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care.